Opening up an online education center have majorly 10 benefits. The very first one is it's completely online. I mean, you can start this business from the studies table and you don't really have to step out for anything. It has got a huge global market potential. Since it's online, you're not limited to, any one place, and you don't have to depend on to the potential of the place that you reside in. In fact, the complete globe is a market. To begin with, your own country is definitely your market, right? Third is it's a digital product, so you don't have to worry about the logistics that you don't have to buy a product and sell it again. It's just like once you have those products, you can always sell it unlimited times. So that's the most beautiful part, and you don't have to worry about couriering something, sending something. How would you actually send across the material? All the stuff you don't really have to worry about it. Next part is the 100% margin. Since it's a digital product and it's not the franchisee, we are helping you to build up the brand of yours, and therefore there's no revenue sharing for that matter. So I would say it's 100% margin. 100% of the kitty, 100% money that the customer pays is primarily yours. So you operate upon 100% margin. That's the reason why this is the most profitable business today in the industry. Since it's going to be your own brand, so you don't have to worry about sharing a revenue. 100% what comes is going to be your kitty. No hard selling. And I'm sure like a lot of people, they feel that I don't want to be a pushy seller. I can't really follow up with the people. I mean, this is something which majority of the people don't like doing it. And fortunately, this business is, like inspiring the people to join the program rather than pushing the people to join the program. We would be discussing that in detail, but that's one good part of this. Next thing is this is highly respectable. You command a lot of respect in this profession. This is the highly profitable business. Apart from that, it's a scalable model. You can really scale it to any level that you want to. You'll have the freedom of time and place for yourself, right? We have these three challenges. First is the goal setting, choosing the right career. Second is developing a skill, how to study part. And third is programming the mind. If you're able to provide the right solution for these three challenges, the parents would be happy to spend money and you will be in business. So for these three needs, goal setting, learning skills, and mind programming, we've got three different tools. That is psychometric test, study skills, and the music therapy. So the products that we have developed and which we are going to offer you to be a part of your online education center is psychometric test software. That is what exactly we are going to give it to you, which will generate unlimited reports. Study skills, we are going to give you 8 modules for the different skills that would actually be delivered on the Zoom platform by you to the children, and they would be able to acquire and imbibe these skills and inculcate these skills into themselves. Third thing is called the smart mind programming, and smart mind programming is why, because it works during the time when you sleep and it programs your mind. And fourth thing is the ebook. So these are the 4 things that we are going to give it to you, and there are 19 modules for the same, right? I'm sure by now you understand that how important it is to choose the career in the right way. So to choose the career in the right fashion, you need to have a scientific tool, which can actually help you to do that. So this is the tool which is globally accepted and globally applied. If you really look at it, all the global schools, while the child is into the 10th standard and they have to give them the field, they have to give them the subjects. So primarily the psychometric test is conducted to identify the aptitude and basis which the students are being guided that this is the best stream that you can select because this leads to this particular career. Similarly, even the counselors are using the psychometric test to identify the aptitude of the child, and that becomes the base of the counseling as well. So therefore, like, this is a very important tool, and even the HR uses this tool while they recruit the people. They take the psychometric test to understand the aptitude and the required skills, whether the candidate possesses or not. So I mean, it's a multiple use, but primarily, like, to decide upon the career, I think this is a very, very relevant tool and most scientific and most acceptable today. It is basically a question-based test. I mean, there are about 80 questions which are there, And these 80 questions are the same for anybody and everybody because it is based on the multiple intelligence theory. It is made for 8 years plus. Anybody can take up. It is as relevant to 8 years old child, and it is relevant to even 40, 50, 60 years old person. So ideas, it's not only about, like deciding about the career, but even for that matter to understand self, to understand what exactly are the strengths that you have it. So that is also at times becomes very important, and we need to understand the strengths time and again. And over a period of time, we also develop certain things. So I think psychometric test is something, if it can be even done every 4 to 5 years, I think it would give you some different results, and it would give you a latest idea about what exactly it is. There are different type of psychometric test softwares. This psychometric test software is based on the multiple intelligence theory of Dr. Howard Gardner, who wrote a book called Frame of Minds, and that was published in 1983. And that point of time, the theory of multiple intelligence was being widely accepted, which was coined by Dr. Howard Gardner. This theory primarily works onto the concept where we assume that the person who has scored 90-95% is the person who's genius and who's intelligent, and the people who scored 30% or 40% perhaps are not. So this concept works into the theory of our brain. Our brain, when we are born, it's about 1200 crore neuron that goes into our mind. So it's being randomly distributed. So what happens is some people will have a great music sense, some people will have a great language sense, some people may have a great logical ability, and some people will be very good in moving their bodies, and they are great dancers and choreographers. So you have different intelligence, and different intelligence primarily helps you to basically build up the career in the area that you are good at. So psychometric test would not only help you to understand about these 8 intelligence, their ranking, it will help you to understand the strength area, the weak area, and no intelligence works, like alone. So it is a group of intelligence which is responsible to give a birth to a specific career. Because for any career, it's just not one intelligence that's required. Along with that, you would also require a supporting intelligence. And through McKinsey theory, it will also help you to understand the classification of different intelligence. Also, it will help you to understand the type of personality that you carry, and that will happen through a RIAS theory. And apart from that, then finally, it will give you the best 3 career options. And also at the same time, if at all, let's say, if you don't have a demand for that particular career, like let's say singing, if it's singing, and if you don't have a demand for a singing, you can choose the second best and third best and fourth best. So once you understand your multiple intelligence and the strength area, so basis which you would also understand what are the career options that it gives birth to, and basis which you can actually like identify. So this is a complete report which will help you to understand that what are the best career options for the person who has taken that test. And that would actually bring the child from confused stage to clarity stage, even to the parents. And that's the best part of it, right? So today in India, we require about 14 lakh career counselors. Can you beat that? Now let's talk about how do you make money out of it. Like career counseling, as I said, career coaching, as I said, is a great business. You may not be able to position yourself as a career counselor, but you shall definitely be in a position to position yourself as a career coach or student empowerment coach. And normally the career coaching ranges from 4,000 rupees to 40,000. People do charge differently. But if you do it online, for that matter, on a Zoom platform, if you counsel the parents, then you cannot charge 4,000 rupees. You can still charge 2,000 rupees. But as a newcomer, since you'll be new into the industry, so you can very well be charging 1,500 rupees. That's something which the people don't really mind paying it. Even if you get 2 enrollments per day, I would talk about that a little later, how you can get 2 enrollments per day. So let's not actually get into how part of it. First, let's understand how does this work. Even if you get 2 customers per day, which is relatively very simple. So 2 customers per day primarily means 60 customers a month. 60 into 1,500 rupees works out to be 90,000 rupees. You will spend some amount of money in marketing. It could be digital marketing. If you're doing it through references, it's complimentary, obviously. But if you're doing it through digital marketing, you might spend 15,000 rupees to get the revenue of 90,000 rupees. So primarily, ultimately, at the end of it, you are going to make 75,000 rupees of it. Now, second thing that you are talking about is the study skills, and study skills again is extremely important. And let's talk about this. one by one. There are 8 modules that we've created for the study skills. The very first one is called the goal setting. So when we say goal setting is not only about the career. Goal setting is a process. Goal setting is very important. Goal setting could be for career. Goal setting could be for buying a house. Goal setting could be for, like creating your timetable and studying accordingly. Goal setting could be for 1 month goal, 1 year goal, 3 years goal, a week's goal, or even an hour's goal. Goal setting is something which is a constant thing, and you always require to set up the goal. You always require to recreate your goals. So that's the first thing, and there has to be a scientific process to that. What is that process? That is what we coach the student and the adults. Second thing is called the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life is an extremely important tool. It's like a mirror. If you want to have a balanced life, then you'll be happy. If you are, let's say, having a lot of money but your health is bad, you will not be happy. If, let's say, you have a lot of money but you can't travel, you don't have a time, you will not be very happy. You need to have a balanced life. There are 8 quadrants and there are 8 different important things for you in your life. It could be related to family, it could be related to friends, it could be related to hobby, it could be related to profession or studies. So different quadrants will carry different things. And you'll have to understand that where do you stand today and where do you want to reach? And how do you create this as a circular one? Because if at some point of time, in some things out of 0 to 10, when you actually rate it, out of 0 to 10 in some areas, if you are 8 and some areas you're 2, you will not be very happy. I'm sure you would like to bring that 2 to 8. So primarily so that the circle is completed, and when the circle is completed, then only the life will roll on, isn't it? And you'll be happy. So it's a beautiful tool called Wheel of Life, and that is what is being given, and that is what is being taught to students. And this is equally good for us as well. Then comes in the third thing called the mind mapping. It's like, organizing an information into a mind, and that's very important. If we don't learn how to organize an information into the mind, we will lose the data. And primarily, as in when we want to recall the data, we will not be in a position to recall the data. And that's what exactly happened when the student goes to the examination hall. He feels that he has just studied last night and he's not able to recall. Why does that happen? So you need to organize the information. That can very well be done with a tool called mind mapping. Then you have a speed reading. We are never being taught how to read faster. We were being taught to read only when we were into the kindergarten. And on an average, we have a reading speed of 250 words per minute. If we can enhance the reading speed to even 700, 800 or 1000 words per minute, that would do miracles for us. We will be able to save a lot of time for us. And there are techniques. If you just practice 15 minutes for 1 month, your reading speed from 250 words will come up to about 700 words per minute. The Guinness record holder has got 25,000 words per minute as a record. If that can happen by one person, at least we can acquire a speed of 700 words per minute. And I think that suffices enough, and it will curtail down your time to learn in half the time. And also you'll comprehend better. It's not that your understanding will go down. Your understanding, in fact, would be better. So this is about the speed reading. And this is what also is one of the modules that we teach. Then we have 3 modules for the memory technique. So these modules will help you to understand and memorize anything that you can think you want to memorize, right? Be it numbers, be it speeches, be it long answers, be it if you want to use it into the sequential manner, be it 1 to 100 table, whatever it is. You will be in a position to memorize things faster in half the time. Then comes in another thing called the neurolinguistic programming. We always feel that, the children don't get stress. Actually, we feel that, we have more stress as an adult. But the study shows that the children have got a lot of stress and they need to be taught how to deal with the stress. But we never teach them how to deal with the stress. We ask them to meditate, but how many children really meditate? It's a ground reality. Nobody meditates. If we really want their mind to be programmed, we have to teach them certain basic techniques that is easy to acquire into their lifestyle. Any such kind of a negative emotion that comes to you can be dealt with only if you know certain techniques which you can very well use at any given point of time when any such situation arises. So that's about the neuro-linguistic programming, right? So these are 8 different modules that we are going to give it to the child on a live session on a Zoom platform. So this is what exactly you are also expected to do, because we are going to teach you and you in turn are going to teach the student. Now let's understand how do you make money out of it, right? Similar thing, if we were talking about it, the previous slide, the same calculation is there. 2 students per day and 1500 rupees is that what you're going to be charging. 8 live sessions we are talking about it, which means 12 hours of the live session. People have been taking workshop, but they're only taking a memory workshop. Have you heard of somebody taking a speed reading workshop? Have you heard of somebody taking a workshop for mind mapping? Have you heard of somebody taking a workshop for NLP technique? And they don't require courses. They just require a gist, some practical real-time experience that can help them. So ultimately, we have bundled them all to a level that it's required, and the child will thoroughly enjoy, and he can grasp. Even a 10 years child can grasp it, and he can learn. Even a 10 years child can learn these techniques and apply. So we have actually put together all the various techniques together in one bouquet, and we're offering, and that is a USP also for these study skills that we are talking about it, right? So, and if you just get 2 customers a day, and it's about 60 customers, and again, if you charge just 1500 rupees for this, which I'm sure is very nominal for the live classes that you're going to be giving onto the Zoom, and so this will basically be costing 1500 rupees. So this will generate a revenue of 90,000 rupees, definitely 15,000 rupees as a digital marketing expense. So there's 75,000 rupees going to be the clean profit out of this revenue, right? Okay. Now coming to Smart Mind Programming. Smart Mind Programming is a music therapy, and we are going to give you 8 different musics. It's a pregnancy music therapy that we are going to give it to you. Laser concentration, supersonic memory, study music, positive energy music, hypnotherapy, chakra healing music, and healing music. So these are different musics that we are going to give it to you. These are the different frequencies that impacts. And these are not the ones which are generally available onto the YouTube. These are the ones which are a special frequency, and that's being offered to you, right? Well, smart mind programming is something that can program your mind, and that's very important to program our mind. So therefore, this concept revolves around the frequencies. Everything in this whole world, as you understand, is the frequency. And if you tune into a specific frequency, you get the benefit of that particular frequency. So these are different musics which are primarily made to, on a specific frequency, which has a potential to enhance an ability. So different musics are for pregnancy. There's one called, so there are different musics like pregnancy music therapy, laser concentration, supersonic memory, study music, positive energy music, hypnotherapy, chakra healing, and healing music. So these are 8 different musics that we are going to be giving it to you. And these are not the ones which are available onto the YouTube. So let's understand in greater details. The very first music is called the pregnancy music therapy, and that is a gift of gab for the pregnant woman. Let me share a science with you. How does it work? See, during the pregnancy, the mother would have to go through various emotions. There could be some positive emotions, some negative emotions. Now, when the child is 4 years old, during that point of time, the child is in a position to feel the vibrations of the mother. And the vibrations of the mother are created by the emotions of the mother. So these emotions, are something which has to be really positive. But it's practically very difficult because the woman goes through the positives, the negatives, the sad, the happiness, everything. It's all mixed emotions that person practically goes through. So to neutralize the effect and basically to give a positive vibration to the child so that his development is positive and he comes up as a more intelligent child. So there's a specific music which was being researched upon, and music in terms of a frequency. These are the classical music, but it would have a frequency which would balance the left and right brain of the child, makes child more intelligent as both hemispheres of the brains are activated, create better mother-child bond, and plus it will reduce the stress in the mother. This is something which is truly a gift to the woman who is pregnant. Pregnancy music therapy can very well be marketed through chemist shops, ultrasound centers, and a gynecologist. You may have to make them as a channel partner and share some part of the cut with them, but they would be in a position to promote it because for them, they are getting the customers which perhaps are your target audience, right? So, this is the way you can comfortably market. You want to have an online tab, you can just call upon, you can find out the list of these people and call upon and just tie up. That's one way. Second way to do it is like obviously you can go to the nearby places and just do the tie up, and that is another way to do. You can meet the people in physical form and explain the concept and just like have a tie up. Now, how do you make money out of it is like generally you can charge for this music as 750, 800 rupees. We used to charge it 850 rupees for this music. However, I'm just taking as a minimalistic thing. Let's say even if you keep the price as 300 rupees and 150 rupees is something that you share with the channel partner who would be promoting it. Still, you are left with 150 rupees. If each channel partner, if you are able to collaborate with, let's say, 30 people, and each channel partner is able to promote, let's say, 15 units per month. So it's about 450 units. 450 units multiplied by 150 rupees, which was your margin that you got it. So in totality, it will work out to be like 67,500. And that's the kind of a profitability. Month after month, you may get it without doing any marketing expenses. This is one thing which is really powerful, right? Now, similarly for student music therapy, what you can do is you can give a pack of 4 things: concentration music, memory music, study and positive energy music. These are the things that you can actually like give it to the child as a pack of 4. And the benefits are it will enhance the natural memory, it will enhance concentration, focus. The child will be able to study for a long hours, and emotionally the child will be balanced, right? So these are the benefits that the child gets it. How you can market this is through existing student, the people who buy study skills or let's say psychometric test, to them you can promote it. Second, you can promote it through bookshops, gift shops, play schools, tuition centers, hobby classes. So these can be your channel partner. Similarly, the way you have tied up with, for the pregnancy music therapy, similarly you can tie up with that also. And it's one-time tie-up. You don't really have to keep on spending money on that, right? So that's the second way to go about it. The calculation of profits in the student music therapy is the same which was there in the pregnant music therapy, right? Next thing which is there is the adult music therapy. Again, a pack of 4. You have chakra healing, whole body healing, self-hypnosis, and positive energy music. The benefits are it will balance your chakras, heal your body, self-hypnosis, and reduce stress. These are the kind of a benefits this is going to give it to you. And this can very well be promoted to the existing parents of the students who have already enrolled. I think that's the easiest market that you get it. Without spending any further money, you can actually like capture that as a market, right? Okay, so now the benefits and the profitability in the adult music therapy would remain the same. That is 67,500, and the calculation will remain also the same. Now, last products that we are going to give it to you is the ebooks, and these ebooks are for memory as well as the speed reading. Though we are teaching you these techniques in the study skills, but at the same time, in the book, we have actually covered in more detail. So somebody who want to go to the advanced level can actually like read the book and get benefited out of it, right? If you really sum it up, there are 4 things that if you really sum it up and talk about an online education center, that's 4 services, the 4 elements of things that we are giving it, and the 19 modules, elements that we are giving, right? So the very first thing, we are giving you a psychometric test software. Second, we are giving you a study skills kit. Third thing, we are giving you a smart mind programming music. There are 8 musics. And there are 2 ebooks that we are going to give it to you. That's number 4. So these are the 4 things that we are going to give it to you. Cumulatively, it has got about 19 different modules. But your online education center, your startup includes it includes career coaching, that is the psychometric test software for a lifetime with your brand. Study skills kit, 8 different modules that you're going to get it. 3 for memory techniques, wheel of life, speed reading, mind mapping, goal setting, NLP techniques. Smart Mind Programming Kit, Pregnancy Music Therapy, Student Therapy Kit, and Adult Therapy Kit. There are a total of 8 different music therapies that you're going to get. You are going to get the ebook. In training, you are going to get the complete product training, lifetime access, digital coaching training, online tutorials, PPTs, video training sessions. So everything is like a part of this structured program and a plug and play online education center business opportunity, right? It's completely online, huge global market potential. It's digital products, 100% margin, no revenue sharing, no hard selling, respectful business, highly profitable, scalable, and you have a freedom of time and place.